What's going on, guys? It's Thatcher556 here, back in another video, and today I'm bringing you my updated Rainbow Six Siege operator tier list. This is for Year 7 Season 1. I don't exactly remember what the season's called, but it just came out, I think, a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I haven't made one of these in a long time, so I think the last one I made was in like summer of 2021, but it was a while ago, so I thought I'd make an updated one. And now I've actually used every operator in the game, and I have them, obviously. Except for Azami. I do not have her yet, unfortunately. I just bought her yesterday because the season pass thing expired, and I don't have the season pass. But I was able to buy her for 25,000 renown. I'll be using her later, but I just feel like since I just bought her, I haven't even played a game with her yet. I haven't tried her out. It wouldn't be really fair to rank her, but we'll be ranking everyone except for Azami. And here are the tiers. We have S through D. Obviously, if you didn't know, S is the best, D is the worst. And yeah, so I'd say around B. B is like average operators, and then these three are above average, and then these three are the ones that you should avoid. And on that note, very important, I need to like clarify what we're ranking these based off, because I don't want people to get mad at me if one of their favorite operators is in one of the lower tiers. So basically, it's based off how good their weapon is, but more importantly, how much they contribute to the team. And for me, and this is in ranked, obviously. And for me, that would be high silver, low gold tiers usually. I actually got plat 3 last season. I don't know how. I just went crazy in my placements. I went like 8-2 with 8 wins, 2 losses in my placements with like 1.2 KD or something. It was crazy. And I got placed plat 3, so that was pretty cool. And I didn't even have to go to gold. I just went straight from silver 1 to plat 3, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, sorry, getting off topic. Let's hop into the tier list. So shout out to this guy. What's his name? Dated Wizard, thank you for putting these in order so I don't have to. Alright, so starting off with Sledge. The only reason why I think I'd use Sledge is if you're playing vertical, and if you are, then he's a really good operator for that. And he has the L85 with ACOG, but other than that, not much to do, or like not much helping out with the team. I'd say he's about average in the B tier. And then Thatcher, I don't care what anyone says, he's still S tier. Especially after the operator repick for the attackers. He can disable Cade, Bandit, Mute, all that stuff. And he really helps out the team with the hard breachers. And yeah, he has a really good loadout. You can choose between the L85 and the AR33. L85 doesn't have ACOG anymore, unfortunately, for Thatcher, but his AR33 does, which I kind of just like switch out the guns, like whichever one I feel like using. Then we have Smoke. I'd say he's around B tier also. If you're cracked with the SMG11, which I am not, I kind of find it hard to use. I can understand why it's a really good gun. But because like the really high fire rate, you can get a lot of headshots. But yeah, he doesn't really contribute much to the team, but he does have his canisters, and those are really good for like the last minute or two of the match. If you're trying to deny the plant, you can just put down a few of your canisters in sight, and then you'll be good. But yeah, some people really like his loadout. I'm not a big fan, so I'm gonna put him in B tier. Then we have Mute. I'm gonna have to say Mute is A+ tier. He could be S, but he's really good. He has the shotgun SMG 11 combo, which a lot of people like. And he has the MP5K, that is one of my favorite guns in the game. So yeah, a little bit of bias from me. But yeah, his ability also shuts down the drones like Flores, Twitch, also some of the other drones, obviously, that every operator has in the prep phase. Then we have Thermite. I'm going to have to say he's A tier. He's a good hard breacher. He has the 556 XI, I think that's what it's called. Great name. But yeah, that is ACOG. He's a pretty good hard breacher. I do prefer Habana, but we'll get to that later. He's a 2-speed, but yeah, he's just a pretty good breacher and pretty good for the team. Then we have Ash. Now, Ash is tough. I'm going to have to say that she's A. She could be A+, but her R4C got nerfed into the ground with the recoil. I've been getting a little bit better with it, but she used to be way easier to use, and she was an automatic S tier, but I think she's dropped down to A or A+. I'm going to put her in A. Still kind of good for the team. She's more of a fragging operator if you're like good at that and you just want to get some quick kills for the team. And she's the fastest operator in the game, I think. At least the fastest attacker. Then we have Pulse. He's probably B or C+. I'll give him C+. Just because the UMP sucks dick. Like, it's so terrible. Yeah, his cardiac sensor pretty helpful. And the classic nitro through the floor trick. That can be pretty cool. And it's really helpful to like know where the enemy's heartbeats are. And they like don't know where you are. So that's like his only upside. And the UMP and his loadout is absolutely god-awful. Then we have Castle, who's even worse. So we'll give him D tier. I don't really see a point. A lot of people like Castle. I'm not a big fan. I think his ability is kind of useless, and he has the UMP. But the one thing he does have going for him is that his UMP does have the 1.5. and Pulse does not, but he's still terrible. Then we have Monty. Now this one's tough. I'm gonna give him C. He used to be really good. Like his shield was like really powerful in like the past few seasons before he got nerfed. Before that like shield nerf, so that now if you knife the shield, then it like goes to the side, and he's like a lot less. His shield's a lot less like powerful. Yeah, his pistols aren't very good. He can still kind of sit on diffuser, but it's a lot easier to counter with like nitros and impacts. But I think he's still okay. Then we have Twitch. I'm gonna say A or B. I'll give her A. She has the F2. A lot of people really like that gun. I'm not a big fan, but just for the community's sake, I'll put her in A. And the main reason I put her in A is because her drones can now jump, which is pretty insane. And they can zap the stuff, but they're still kind of loud. And she has the F2, so pretty good gun. Then we have Doc, my guy. I'm not gonna give him S, but I would say I'm very biased towards Doc. I was lead skin. I'm a big fan. I love the MP5, of course, with the 1.5 times scope, and he has the stims, which is really good if with like a communicating team, and he can like dish out the stims to your teammates. Then we have Rook. I'm gonna say he's slightly worse than Doc, not by a lot though. He has the plates, which gives everyone 20 more HP, which is really cool. And his MP5 has the 2 times instead of the 1.5. But yeah, if these two both had ACOG, they would definitely be S tier. Then we have Fuse. I'm gonna give him C+. His loadout's good. It's not great. He's a 1 speed, so he's like slow as hell. But his cluster charges can go through reinforcements now, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I think he's still a decent operator. Then we have Glaz. I'm gonna say he's C. I would put him. Nah, I'm putting him C+. I think he's more helpful than Monty. But if you're like trying to smoke plant, he's really good for that. His DMR, it got buffed a lot. Now it has 15 or 16 bullets, I think 15. And he has that banana vision, kind of cracked. And then we have Tachanka, D tier, not gonna lie. He does have the 9x19, which I really like a lot. But his LMG is terrible. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's so bad. I would definitely use the 9x19, and his ability kind of sucks too. Alright, moving on to Capcam. I really hate Capcam. He's kind of an AIDS operator in my opinion. But like, I can see why people would like to use him. He's annoying to play against, so that benefits the defenders. Oh yeah, EDD primed. Yeah, you can put 2 of his EDDs on his on one barricade. So now if you walk through it, then you're dead. Like, the attackers will die. Then we have Blitz, also D tier. He has the P12, which is terrible, and he literally does not help the team at all. And he's like the most toxic operator in the game, definitely top 3. So I never use him. He's annoying. And yeah, I mean, no one likes Blitz, let's be honest. Then we have IQ. I'm gonna give her A+, possibly S tier, but A+ I think is a good spot. One of the best loadouts in the game with the 5.52 Commando, AUG A2, and the G8 A1. Three like the best guns in the game. It's like a really strong loadout. And her ability is really good with being able to detect the electric stuff of the defenders. Then we have Bandit. I'm gonna have to say he's S tier. I think the FP7 is the best gun in the game. It only has the 1 times, but it is still crazy. And of course, his ability, shocking the reinforcements. Who doesn't like that? So yeah, he's definitely one of the strongest ops in the game, and he belongs in S tier. Then we have Jaeger. I would say he's S tier, but I'm gonna give him A+ for now. I just feel like his what are they called? His grenade zap thing. Sorry, I can't think of the name of stuff right now. But yeah, his grenade zappers. You can just like spam like 2 grenades at it, and it doesn't do anything, because like it has like a cooldown now because they nerfed him. But the 416C, still a really good gun, and he's still a pretty strong operator. Then we have Buck. I'd say Buck is about the equivalent of Sledge. They're like interchangeable. Buck is more spammy with his shotgun, which also gives him the advantage at close range because he has that shotgun attached to his C8, which is a good gun as well. Then we have Frost. I'm gonna say she's C+. Her gun has a really low fire rate, so that doesn't help. I really like her gun, but a lot of people don't just because it's really slow. And her welcome mats are really easy to see. And yeah, so like she's all right. You can get by using her, but she's not one of the best options. And then same with Blackbeard, probably C+. Again, kind of a fragging operator, but like his shield got nerfed into the ground. So if you just take like a few bullets and the shield's gone. But yeah, he's still a decent operator. He's just definitely not as good as he used to be. Then we have Valk. I'm gonna have to say Valk is S tier now. She did get nerfed. I don't know if that's live yet. I think it is. Where if you throw her cam outside, it can only be there for like 10 seconds and then it just like dies. which I personally never based my Valk game around that. I put all my cams inside, so I can see why people are kind of mad about that. I love that change because like that was AIDS when people just like threw the Valk cams outside, they could just see you for days. But yeah, I still think she's one of the strongest options in the game. She also has the MPX, which if you're good at hitting headshots with that, it is cracked. Then we have Capitao. I'm gonna say he's C+. He's a good 3-speed with the para, but his ability doesn't really help out like a lot unless you're trying to smoke plant. He's really good for that. But yeah, other than that, not a very good operator. Then we have Cav. Probably A tier. Her loadout kind of sucks. She has the M12 and her pistol, of course, or the shotgun if you want to use that, or if you're on like a close range map. But I find her pistol to be very hard to use. But the one thing that is very good about her, which is why I put her in A tier, if you get the interrogation, it shifts the tides of the, it completely shifts the tides of the game, and it really swings it into the defender's favor, because number one, you get to see where everyone is for like 10 seconds, and number two, you get to see all the operators that they have. Like it detects all of them. Decent operator, her guns kind of suck, but her ability is kind of insane. Then we have Habana, my favorite hard breacher in the game. Definitely S tier for me. I don't know, a lot of people are probably going to disagree, but I think the Type 89 is the top 3 gun in the game, at least top 5. It has ACOG as well, which really helps out, and she's a really good breacher overall, also a 3-speed, so I think she's one of the strongest options in the game, and definitely one of my favorites. Then we have Echo, probably C+. I don't really see anyone using Echo anymore. His gun's decent, but now that you can see his drones, he's kind of definitely not as good as he used to be. And then another AIDS operator, we got Jackal. I'm gonna put him in A tier. I like almost never use Jackal. I do rarely, but not very much. Just because I think he's kind of annoying. Like same with Capcam. But I can see how they're really good for the team. You can obviously spot people from their footprints and just like see like roamers. He's a good counter to that, to roaming. But he does get banned a lot, along with Thatcher and Cav. Capcam gets banned a little bit, and yeah. Then we have Mira. She's probably A. I was thinking about giving her A+. She's a pretty good anchor. She has the Vector, and she has her mirror windows, which are pretty good, obviously. But now that you can knife them, so like if you knife the mirror window, it like turns into glass and you can't see anything, so it's like basically useless, and then you have to pop it at that point if you want to like see out. Then we have Ying, another one of my least favorite operators, probably C+ for me. She has a good gun, but her ability doesn't help the team at all. It's just like a bombardment of flashbangs at the same time, which I like never use Ying. She's annoying, but yeah, I tend to shy away from like the annoying toxic operators. We have Lesion. I'll give her I'll give him B. Like his goo mines are good. They like communicate to the team like where the opponents are, and it's the T5, which was in my top 5 most underrated guns list. By the way, go check out that video, kind of a banger. But yeah, still a pretty good operator. Then we have Zofia. I'm gonna say she's C+. I know a lot of people are gonna get mad at that, but her M7 something, whatever it's called, her AR sucks ass now. Like it got nerfed into the ground. It has so much recoil, it's really hard to control. But I can still see why she's good. Actually, nah, she's definitely B tier. Then we have Ella. I suck with Ella, so I never use her. But if you're good with the Scorpion, she's crazy. And like her concussion mines are annoying for the attackers. It completely like disfigures you. Like you can't really see that much, and it's like hard to get a kill when you're Ella mined with a concussion. But yeah, not a big fan, but I can see why a lot of people like her. And then we have Dokkaebi. I'm gonna have to say she's C+. One of the worst loadouts in the game. She has the MK14 and the Boss G. Not the best loadout in the game. Her ability is really good though, so it's kind of like the balance out. But like her loadout sucks so much. Then we have Vigil. Usually I'd put him higher, but I got some realizations here, so I'm gonna put him at A. His gun's really good, but like he doesn't help the team at all. But yeah, he's more of a fragging operator. He's kind of like the defender version of Ash. A lot of really good players that can like get a lot of kills use him. But yeah, pretty good operator for like solo playing, but for the team not so much. Still a really good op though. Then we have Lion, probably B tier. He's kind of good. He could be C+. No, I'll give him B. Because his primary is really good with the ACOG. He's good for like assisting a rush of your teammates, because you can like basically freeze the other team for 3 seconds or else they get spotted. Then we have Finka. I'm gonna say she's A. Could be B. Yeah, no, I'll bump her down to B. Her loadout's good. Actually, no, I'll stick her in A. Why not? Her loadout's really good. Her ability's good with her charge thing. Gives your team a good health boost for a little bit, and yeah, pretty good operator. We have Alibi, a not very good operator. Used to be really good, but she got kind of nerfed. Her primary is really hard to use, the MX4 Storm. I found that, like, it's bad, bro. They nerfed her so much. And her ability doesn't really help the team. I guess it can spot an opponent like every once or twice, but it's not very good. We have Maestro, probably A+ or A, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna say he's A+. His gun is crazy. Like, that's definitely a top 5 or top 3 gun in the game, in my opinion. And his ability's kind of good, but his gun is crazy. So there's no way he's below A+ for me. But his ability kind of got nerfed because if you knife his machine things. Sorry guys, I can't think of any like names of the things in the video in this video. I'm sorry, but yeah, now that you can knife his thing, it's like not as good anymore because it's like the mirror thing. You can like shatter the thing and it like doesn't work anymore. But yeah, his gun is crazy. And then I'm gonna give Maverick A+. The only hard breacher in the game that can counter Kate or Bandit or Mute, so pretty good. Actually, I'm not sure if Ace can counter Mute. I think Mute counters Ace, but I'm not sure. But yeah, anyway, a pretty good gun with the M4, and he can be really helpful for the team. And he's a 3-speed. So then we got Clash, ass operator. Not going to talk about it for much. You guys already know Clash not very good. But if you are paired up with a teammate that has like a really high power gun, she can be kind of good. But she gets banned a lot in ranked anyway. So not a good operator. We have Nomad. I'm gonna say Nomad's B. She's kind of good. She has her air jabs, which are helpful, and she has the AK-74, which is pretty good, and it has ACOG, so not a very good team operator, but she can be pretty good. Then we have Cade. He's probably A+ or A. I'll stick him in A+. I'm feeling generous. His electro claw really helpful, and I like his AUG 3. It's a really good gun. Yeah, he's a good anchor that can deny the hard breachers. Then we have Gridlock. I'm probably gonna have to give her C+. Not a very good op, not gonna lie. Her ability kind of sucks, and her gun's like meh. So yeah, and I'll give Mozzie B tier. Some people might think he should be higher. I think he kind of got nerfed. Like the P10 Roni is not as good as it used to be. I used to be a really big fan of that gun, but now it kind of got nerfed. And his whole ability surrounds like if you can just capture the drone. So if you can't, like, he's kind of useless. Then we have Nook, probably C tier. Like, she does not help the team at all. I really love the FMG9. That was #1 on my most underrated guns list. But yeah, she doesn't really help the team at all. And some people might make the case for her to be D, but I think she deserves a spot in C just for the FMG9. And then Warden, D tier. Again, not really going to talk about it that much, especially after the attacker repick. If you see that they have a Warden, like, he's just like useless. And then Amaru, really good operator if you're like really good at rushing, but doesn't really help the team other than that, except for fragging. She has a pretty good loadout with the G8, but yeah, other than that, decent operator. And then Goyo, I think he's the most underrated op in the game right now. They're probably A+. He has the Vector, and he has 4 of his fire canister shields, and they detonate for 20 seconds each. Crazy. And he's a 2-speed, so I think he's definitely one of the best ops in the game now. You love to see it, dude. Goyo's been one of my favorite ops for a while. And then Kali, I'll give her B. I'll give her B. Just because I'm not a fan of her sniper, but I know a lot of people are like really good with that, and she can she's like Thatcher. She can deny Cade, Bandit, and Mute. So yeah, pretty good. And then Wamai, probably C+. Basically just a worse version of Jaeger, I'd say. I like the MP5K and the AUG 2. That's a really good combo for him. But yeah, what I find annoying about Wamai is that, like, instead of like completely zapping the grenade, it like brings it up and then it explodes. So that's kind of annoying. And same with Ayana, probably C+ here. Just not a very good operator. I mean, her guns can be kind of good, but like, I guess she's decent for like getting intel. But yeah, not very good in my opinion. And then Oryx, I'm gonna have to give him B. He's a really good counter to shields, and he's a pretty good roamer. You can jump through the hatches, which is pretty cool. And he has the T5 with the 1.5, which is lethal. Then we have Ace. I'm gonna give him A. Probably could be A+, but he's a good hard breacher. I'd say he's on the same level as Thermite, and he has the AK-12 with the ACOG. So yeah, pretty good. But yeah, Melusi, probably C+ in my opinion. Could be B. I think she's kind of annoying, but I use her sometimes. But yeah, she's the MP5 with the one-time scope, which is not good at all. And you can literally just shoot the Banshees now. So I think she's kind of useless, but still a decent roamer. Then we have Zero, also going to be C+. He does have the MP7 with the 1.5, which is crazy, but like his ability sucks. Like if you like try to slap the cam on like something, it's super loud, and like the defenders just shoot it like 90% of the time. So his ability is kind of useless in my opinion. And then we have Aruni. She's probably, I'll give her B tier. She's like not very good. Actually, no. I'll bump her down to C+. Yeah, the P10 Roni is not very good anymore. Actually, no. I'll give her B. Just because it kind of like wastes the attacker's stuff. Like you have to throw grenades or a drone to get her gate down, or you run through it, but you take like 30 or 40 damage from that. Then we have Flores. Probably B tier as well. He has a good AR-33, and his detonation drones are like actually really good for destroying the defender stuff. Then we have Thunderbird. I'm gonna give her A+. Could be a little bit too high, but I think the spear is kind of bad, but it can be kind of good at times. Actually, no, I'm gonna bump her down to A, just because the spear isn't that good, and like just because she has the one-time scope on it. But her ability is really helpful for the team. Her Kona stations, those are really helpful. She's an alternate to Doc. I would still take Doc, unless you don't want like a roaming version. Then you got Thunderbird. So yeah, pretty good operator. All right, then we have Osa. I'm gonna give her C+. Kind of an AIDS operator. I don't really use her that much. She has the 5.56 XI, like Thermite with the ACOG, but like there's no point of her shields. Like they're just annoying, and the defenders can just like destroy them with impacts or a nitro cell. So I don't really see the point in Osa. A lot of people like her. I don't know. I don't think she's very good for ranked. And the final operator, we have Thorne. I have not used Thorne that much, but I'm gonna give her C+. Her gadget is like kind of bad. At least I think it's kind of bad. She could make a case for B, but like yeah, she's not. I don't think she's very good because you're not really gonna be getting a lot of kills with her gadget, and her gun's alright. So yeah, as I said, B tier is about average. These are below average operators, and then these are the guys you end up using in ranked most often, at least I think. Shout out if you made it to the end of the video, especially if you watched all the way through, or if you just came to the end to see what my rankings are. But yeah, here are the official rankings. And yeah, we didn't rank Azami, unfortunately. If I do make another tier list video, not sure when it's going to be. It's probably going to be in like 2 or 3 seasons, because that's what I like to do. And final note, keep in mind, this is for ranked only, and how good they contribute to the team. So if you're a fan of the C+ operators, I like a few of these operators, but I'm just being honest, they're not very great for the team. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video, I'll see you all later. Peace!